What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to another comic book review video. It is I, your crazy Nicolas Cage, your steward of Gondor, your genius, billionaire playboy, basic YouTuber philanthropist, SuperCliff. And would you kindly hit that like and subscribe button, for every little bit helps in this majestic YouTube world. And today, we are getting dark, morbid, and gritty with Star Wars Darth Vader issue number 10, written by Gregpak, with the art by this majestic hero. Names are still hard. And away we go, as our story begins where the previous issue ended. Vader, having just dropped out of hyperspace above the Sith planet Exegol, piloting his Jedi starfighter with the Sith assassin ochiofbestoon trapped in an escape pod that's attached to the starfighter's hull. And floating directly in front of Vader is some sort of Sith Kraken. And yeah, it looks terrifying. Like, if I saw this thing in real life, I would 100% poop my pants, but I digress. Ochi suggests to Vader that he back up and fly around, thereby taking a detour, rather than just going straight through the Sith Kraken. But unfortunately, the duo are left with little breathing room, as slymoore and an Imperial fleet compiled of 3 Star Destroyers drop out of hyperspace and immediately begin barraging Vader with endless amounts of cannon fire. Slymoore then radios over to Vader, telling the Sith Lord that she's always had the greatest respect for him, but the Emperor has sent the Umbarian to complete Ochi's mission, that being, of course, murder. But Vader is like, hell no, and performs some of his dope-ass flying skills, successfully evading the laser cannons. As a result, Slymoore orders several squadrons of Imperial TIE fighters to take out Vader. But as always, the TIE fighters never seem to get the job done, especially when they're going against Darth Vader. Therefore, 11 TIE fighters are destroyed in the process. But hold on, folks, because Vader isn't out of the woods yet, for Slymoore decides to unleash hundreds more of Imperial TIE fighters. And yeah, Vader is a dope pilot, but no way can he handle hundreds of enemy starfighters by himself. Actually, you know what, he probably could, because, you know, he's motherfucking Vader. However, the plot demands that he can't, so, yeah. So without a plan B, C, or D, Vader decides to head straight through the Sith Kraken. Aboard Slymoore's Star Destroyer, one of the admirals asks about the Sith Kraken, and here Slymoore breaks it down to us, saying that it's a subspecies of a summaverminoth, the galaxy's greatest predator, greater than Darth Vader himself, and that the monster has evolved to hunt its own kind. Therefore, if its massive tentacles fail to crush its prey, the beast can transcend its attacks, so it can mentally break down the mind of its target. And that's what's currently happening to Darth Vader right now. We're inside Vader's mind. We are getting visions of when Vader struck down Obi-Wan during A New Hope. Visions of Obi-Wan winning the duel in Mustafar, along with visions of Vader and Luke fighting in The Empire Strikes Back. Except Vader in this one ends up losing his hand rather than Luke. Luke seemingly then ends the fight by striking his father down, only to be then shown joining the Emperor and to fulfill his destiny. Once Vader snaps out of his fever dream, Vader ends up crashing his ship down on Exegol. And as both Vader and Ochi make it out of the wreckage, Ochi asks if the creature managed to get into Vader's head. But before Vader can answer, the giant Sith Kraken lands down in front of Vader, all in glorious showdown fashion. But Vader doesn't give a damn. To quote Aragorn, "I do not fear death," for it's simply not an option for Vader, as he begins to tap into the Force. For fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to power, and power, ladies and gentlemen, power leads to obtaining the badass skill to hijack a space kraken and ride it straight towards Darth Sidious's secrets. Star Wars Darth Vader issue number 10 was another awesome continuation of Vader journeying through the fires of every conceivable hell imaginable in order to discover Emperor Palpatine's secrets on the planet Exegol. This issue was a great blend of intense action along with furthering the struggles and the character of Vader. Real talk, I was not expecting the, the fucking awesome looking space kraken to have mind manipulation powers. God, it really gives you the H.P. Lovecraft type horror vibes. And its whole look is just utterly fantastic. In addition, I love the detail with the panel spacing during the section Vader was undergoing his fever dream. Instead of the typical white blocks to separate the panels, it's instead purple tentacles. Definitely a cool thing to add in those parts. And yeah, I'm just intrigued in general with where the series will take Vader moving forward and that upcoming 180 that will take place before the events of Return of the Jedi. Star Wars Darth Vader issue number 10 gets a 9 out of 10. Giggity goo.